Uranium. A single atom of uranium is powerful enough to twitch a grain of sand. Shaped like a U-turn in the periodic table of the elements, this unstable, combustible molecule with a very long-lasting effect is named for Uranus, sky god, creator-destroyer famous for lightning strikes of genius, changes of fortune, and utter destruction. In the Navajo creation story, white shell woman, changing woman, daughter of first man and first woman, they had her in a storm. This first daughter gave birth to twins, monster slayer and born for water. With namesakes like that, for land so rooted in change, for an ore that made boomtown Moab, Utah, instantly rich and famous, what could possibly go wrong?
Got this magical announcement from the Atomic Energy Commission. Everything came down, and then the cry of the safety and all that, the environmental movements came down, and the last order on the nuclear power plant in the United States was 1978.
Which was right after the China Syndrome movie came out, and right after 3 Mile Island.
The layoffs were staggered, and staggering in their effects. Moab still considered itself a mining town, and it still felt like one, though most of the miners had left for better prospects.
People who would have to go in and regrout the inside of the yellowcake hearth, inside the retaining walls, and shovel the leakage from the tanks into wheelbarrows and struggle it out all day with radioactive sulfuric acid dripping down on them. And a great number of the people that I worked with are dead from exotic cancers. That was what the jobs were.
Fire in a hole, and boom, and then it'd come back down. It was exciting. It was exciting work. A lot of camaraderie. You're living in a dangerous environment, doing the same thing, being in a fraternity of some kind.
We as miners, we all did the same things. We all bought the same stuff. And the mentality of it was easy come, easy go. They made a lot of money. They lived in disposable homes, trailers. When the uranium boom ended, they had to own stuff. They had to keep it because there was no endless amount of money coming in.
I mean, it was slow. It just didn't have enough.
When I became county commissioner was when the bottom fell out. I mean, it was tough. People couldn't give their houses away.
My real estate office had 250 vacant houses, selling $30,000 to $50,000.
It was pretty bleak for most everybody that was here until, things started building up.
With 87% of Grand County's land being public, state or federal land, the questions about how best to share and use the lands took on a particular flavor.
Well, it started the Sagebrush Rebellion. What happened. Big government was crowding everybody, and you couldn't do this and couldn't do, wouldn't let you travel on the little roads and stuff. A bunch of us got involved. We're going to do it. These roads are sacred to us.
And getting out on the land, the ways that people accessed it took a turn.
That was about the same time that the Groff brothers got into this mountain biking.
They didn't want them, and they hated the mountain bikers. They wanted uranium to come back. They wanted drill rigs and mining and milling, and that's all they wanted. And I remember going to a lot of city council meetings or county council meetings and filming those. And boy, some people got up and they just railed against this direction we were going. Totally did not like it because, all of a sudden we're going to have all these mountain bikers going to be camping on their front yard, and they're just really upset about anything, change. It was change.
It was hard. We didn't get much support from the community for a long, long, long time. But after it evolved into something pretty big, and people started doing it. So,
and there's another one of those things. I was just a little smarter than everybody else, and I thought that's a waste of time and money if there ever was one. Look where that went. Yeah.
After the uranium mill was closed, elected leaders proposed a nuclear waste repository for the area. The resulting fight for Moab's future forced the community to assert its identity as a visitation mecca, not an industrial waste zone. The community took emphatic steps down the road of tourism. What would the community gain or lose by this choice? And can you or can you not eat the view? Well, like a late-night 18-wheeler jake-breaking its way through the echoing valley, Moab was about to find out. Meanwhile, at the edge of the cliff of the final word, Monster Slayer and Born for Water looked out with their mother, Changing Woman, far toward the long edge of forever, where the uranium family sat, patiently cooling its heels. 30 million tons of radon daughters, constituent witness to a once and future Moab.